And then when you go to a concert, make sure that you too also have your bug repellent on so you don't get bit by one of these guys. I'm going to put my hand back in the shot. This guy right here, mosquitoes. We're so lucky that they're not as big as the model here in studio. But you know what? The weather is warming up. That means we're going to see a lot more of these pests as we head out to the lake, as we go to swim in our pools or have barbecues. And it's really important that when we have all these outdoor activities that we're being cautious to fight the bite. That's why we have Luz Maria Robles here to tell us exactly how we can manage to do that, because it happens to be Mosquito Awareness Week. What perfect timing. So tell us, though, with the warmer weather, that does mean more mosquitoes, right?
That does mean more mosquitoes, especially because we had, just Monday, we had a rainstorm, right? And then by this weekend, we're going to have 80-degree weather, which creates the perfect combination for mosquitoes to thrive.
It's a mosquito cocktail,
it
right?
Is.
Because we have all that standing water out there, and then you introduce temperatures in the 80s, and boom, the eggs hatch.
Yes, exactly. I brought some live mosquitoes here to show people what they would be looking for around their home. Everybody recognizes the adult mosquitoes, but the mosquitoes that are actually in the water, oftentimes people don't realize that mosquitoes do form in the water. So that's why we always bring this container to show you. So the little wiggly guys, that's probably what you would see in a bucket, in a bird bath, in your dog dish. If if you're looking for that stagnant water, and the best thing is always dump it out.
Just dump it out.
Just
okay, so they begin their life cycle in the water. The eggs are laid in the water.
Yes.
They need heat. They hatch, and then they create these what look like little tiny tadpoles.
Yes,
but they're not tadpoles. You're not going to get a frog. You're going to get a mosquito out of these guys. Okay, and then what type of mosquitoes do we need to be really concerned about, especially in Sacramento and Yolo County?
So in Sacramento and Yolo County, we have about 20 different species of mosquitoes that come out at different times of the year. Only 2 of those species can actually transmit West Nile virus.
Okay.
And we will start to see more virus activity as temperatures warm, and they are steadily warm throughout the summer months. But only 2 of those, thankfully, can transmit West Nile virus. Okay,
there's only 2, but still, though, even though there's only 2, you still need to be cautious and do what you can to protect yourself. Yes. And when it comes to mosquitoes, what would you say is the most common areas around someone's home where they might find them?
The most common areas continue to be, items in your garden, your bird bath, your dog dish, even the dish underneath your potted plants. Anything, a neglected pool, a pond, anything that can hold water can and will become a mosquito breeding source. So perhaps a kiddie tool, a wagon, a toy, a leaky faucet, clogged rain gutters are a big culprit. So like I said, anything that can hold water for more than a few days can and definitely will become a mosquito breeding source.
And you pointed out a couple of things that I was like, oh, because I always knew it was standing water and I always knew the bird bath, but you'd mentioned the plate underneath the pot.
Yes.
So that's enough water to support the gestation of a mosquito.
Yes, there's some mosquitoes that can even breed in a teaspoon of water.
Oh.
Yes, so even a small amount of water is, can become a mosquito breeding ground. So that's why we always tell people, at least once a week, make sure that you're going around your yard, inspecting it and dumping out any water that you might find.
So at least once a week, because the gestation period is fast, too. So very little water, very fast. That's why the timeliness, making sure that you make this a repetitive thing that you do when you go outside. And that you're dumping the standing water.
In the peak of summer, mosquitoes can actually complete their life cycle in as little as 4 to 7 days.
Wow.
And when you consider that one female can lay up to 200 eggs at a time and can lay eggs 2 to 3 times per week, that's why we have so many mosquitoes in the summer.
Okay. Yes. All right. So then what do we do to fight the bite? How do we protect ourselves?
So the first thing, the most important thing for personal protection is always wearing some good mosquito repellent. So anytime you're spending time outdoors, especially at dawn and dusk, wearing a good mosquito repellent will help keep mosquitoes away. And at home, the number one tip is draining that stagnant water. I can't emphasize that enough. Breeding those sources now will go a long way later in the summer when mosquitoes become even more active.
And I know, too, you brought some fish. I know that there tends to be a program, right, that people can sign up for where you would get fish to put in, let's say, a pool or a pond that will eat the baby mosquitoes.
Yeah, that is correct. So right now, the spring is starting. We're getting a lot of service requests from homeowners for these fish. They're great for ornamental ponds. Also, horse watering troughs is a good one. Yep. And then we use about 4,600 pounds of fish per year, and we use them in a lot of agricultural areas, pastures, dairy lagoons. Anything that holds water is a good home for these fish.
And where can people go for more information?
So for more information, people can visit us at our website, fightthebite.net, or by calling our district, 800-429-1022.
Thank you so much. Yes, everyone, we want you to itch less and be healthy this summer.
The following interview involves commercial content. The products and services featured appear as paid advertising.